Now, the 1880s, European peasant class starts to get a little restless. European leaders see the spread of communism in Russia, decide that people are right, we should be more generous. Let's share with our people. What should we share with our people? Let's share Africa. Africa had been around since the dawn of man, but now Europe started to look at them differently, like your friend's little sister that grew up and got hot. They're going, have you seen Africa lately? I never looked at her like that before. She got a lot of natural resources over there. Africa, of course, easy to take over, constantly infighting with each other. It always looked like 6 Brooklyn high schools letting out at the same time. You know. They're like, yo, you want to do something? And they communicated by drumming, which doesn't help. That's confusion. Yo, you hear this shit? They're starting shit with us again, I told you. And Africa, when Europe came in, missionaries, explorers, Africa had precious metals, minerals, gemstones, and Africa violated street rule number 1. You never wear your shit on the outside when there's people around you don't know. Just like when the rappers and the athletes go to the club, whatever city they're in, they go out to the club, the local stick-up gang sends scouts in to see who's in there. They can try to rob them when they come out. That's what Europe did. The scouts came back instead of T.O. or Pac-Man Jones. Europe's like, who's in there? Angola's in there, he's got on tungsten. Sierra Leone's got on diamonds. The Congo's got on uranium, rubber. What about Somalia? No, he ain't got nothing. He tried to rob us. Keep away from that crazy bastard. And tribalism killed Africa. It made them great, but they kept doing it when it stopped working. Just like us, dissent and debate made this country great, but now it doesn't work. We still keep doing it because we think that's what makes our country good. Now it's not even dissent and debate. It's all just bad-mouthing. Not just red state, blue state. Friends and family. Who do you badmouth more than the people you love the most? And when do you badmouth them more than on your way to like a celebration of love, like a wedding or something? Because you have to go see them. You're driving down to a wedding, badmouthing all the people you're gonna see the whole way down there, just so you don't accidentally do it in front of them, and spend the whole time there gathering up new material for the ride home. Right? You ever do that? You're driving back, car load full of people, bad-mouthing the balls of all the people you just left. Then as you start dropping people off, now you start bad-mouthing them, because now it's their turn anyway. They're barely out of the car. You're like, take it easy, good to see you. What the fuck was that all about? They're still waving at you in the rearview mirror, you're shitting all over them. He's even worse than last year. Then it's your turn to get out of the car. You're like, I'm not getting out of this car. I'll sleep over. And no one's saying you shouldn't badmouth people. Of course you should, but there's a time and a place. The time is 9 to 5. The place is work. There's nothing else to do there. But even there, you can't be the first person to badmouth, because whoever you say it to will use it as leverage against you, even if they agree with you. You can't be like, hey, that new guy Joe's a piece of shit. They'll tell. You have to act concerned, like, what's up with that new guy Joe? Is he cool? Or... Your friend doesn't take the hint. I don't know, he seems like a nice guy to me. Me too, I just... Finally, they give it up. Well, he's a little pushy, if that's what you mean. It's close enough to what I mean. Come on in, shut the door. Let's talk about that. He is pushy. I was gonna suggest we push him out the fucking window after work. Now people badmouth you on Facebook, online, behind your back, in front of your face. Behind your back, in front of your face, simultaneously, I'm talking about. By muttering. I'm helping my friend fix his car, so I screwed it up a little bit, you know. So I go, I'm sorry, did I screw that up? He's like, no, I screwed up by trusting fucking idiots, I swear to God. Are you talking about me? Not you, just everyone's an asshole, I know that, but... Really, but I'm part of everyone now, did you know? I got in the union finally, so... He's like, ignore me, man, I'm just thinking out loud, really. Yeah, but it's hard to ignore somebody thinking out loud, because the other term for thinking out loud is talking, so then... I'm listening out loud, hearing, they call that one. Yeah, tribalism killed Africa. To the north, yeah, the Arabs and Africans don't get along. Even today, not just the Sudan. Every time I go to the corner store, Arab behind the counter, African cabbie double parked, they fight, and they know each other too well. So they fight like a married couple. They go right for the historical jugular. The African's like, you pay me, instant lottery, you pay instantly. This is why God put you in the desert. Nobody wants to be around Arab people, I swear to God. No. And the Arab is like, everybody know Africa broke always because you never have money. That's why you better live in jungle 2 more years, motherfucker, I swear to God. Better fighting And then East Africa, West Africa don't get along. I was talking to this West African, so I compared it to East Africa like it's the same thing. He went off. But you know, West Africans are French educated. So they speak in essay form. That's how they talk. They give you the title of what they're gonna talk about, and then the supporting arguments underneath. He's like, East Africa is not like West Africa. Why? First, no infrastructure. Second, leaderless people, you know. So I try to bond on West Africa. I figure they all get along. They don't have tribal disputes. Like, I have a friend who's Nigerian. I know this one thing. If you have a friend who is Nigerian, you do not have a friend. Why? First, they're English, Colin.